everybody, we're back here at Infocomm 2025. I'm at the Link booth and I'm discussing the Agora products here with RJ. RJ, take us through this. Let us know what we're looking at.
Yeah, you bet. So Agora is a network switch manufacturer based in France, founded in 2012, and a new part of the Link family. Agora is three things: hardware, software, and playing well with others. So first, the hardware. We have three ruggedized network switches. So we're talking about things like dual redundant power supplies as a standard, fanless industrial grade units, so we're not adding any noise to the environment, and then all the ruggedized connectors from Neutrik that you'd expect as far as optical con, ethercon. Mm-hmm. We have the flagship model, Ghost Smart II. We got scribble scripts explaining what each port's programmed to do as far as VLANs and protocols and things, with a 10 gig backbone for doing full bandwidth interconnects between whatever you've got going on. We can, of course, assign whatever VLANs, protocols, everything in the software, which we'll go over in a second. The next step is the Fast 2, which is a dual redundant, cost-effective solution for like a Dante network. We have two physical PCBs inside of this switch for, again, dual redundant primary, secondary networks for like Dante or lighting applications or really whatever you want, because again, all of the ports are configurable from the software. Mm-hmm. And then finally, the H1. So it's a combination of a network switch and a 64 by 64 channel Dante interface.
Oh, wow.
With a card slot on the unit that allows us to use the Avutron audio toolbox cards for interfacing from Dante to things like analog or digital audio inputs and outputs, as well as other protocols such as AVB Milan, AES67, EtherSound, whatever else you might need to do. Yeah. So in this case, we're doing a direct conversion between the Dante network and the AVB network, so you can send audio seamlessly between them. Next up, the software, Agora controller. This is what lets you configure all of those various protocols super simply. You pick what ports you want to be on what networks, and then you can very seamlessly tell it what type of protocols you're running through, whether it's multicast, unicast, and then it'll automatically do all of the internal switch settings for you based on that. So all your IGMP snooping for multicast traffic or whatever quality of service settings may be needed for Dante or whatever comm network you're using, and making sure all of that's happening seamlessly between all of the switches that you're sending those networks to so they all match up with each other. The software also gives you full views as far as looking at individual bandwidth and packet drops and any sort of multicast traffic on a per port basis. So you really can get a good sense of what's going on with your network and help figure out who's causing problems if you're like having something in the field going wrong. Mm-hmm. So it's a good point for figuring that out. So, and then the third part I mentioned is playing well with others. So we have our rugged hardware that's built to be the thing people are plugging into every day, but 20 ports, but that's not necessarily makes sense for putting into a large equipment rack or into the back of an amp rack that's going to get a bunch of things plugged in once and forgotten about for the next 10 years maybe. So that's where we decided to include third-party control in our control software, so you can have whatever tool you need in your toolbox to really get your system designed the right way. So where you might need our product, again, at front of house or in a stage manager console where you're plugging things in and out, something like a Netgear AV switch is going to be exactly what you need in a rack where you just need a bunch of ports to distribute down to all the equipment you're using. But then we're able to do all of that same control and monitoring in the Agora software as far as assigning VLANs, doing all of the checking of what's happening on a given port as far as the bandwidth, PoE control, again, multicast traffic. But what also is nice then, because of the way the software works, as you're defining what VLANs and what protocols are on those VLANs, our software is automatically handling the cross-platform configuration to make sure that our equipment, as well as the various manufacturers we support, are all working well together and interfacing seamlessly.
So in our world, we might have ArtNet, DMX, Dante over multiple networks.
Yep.
This system's going to help unify all that, bring it together for us in a nice simple package that's easy to control.
Absolutely. Yep.
That's awesome. That's great. RJ, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it.
You bet.
Check these guys out online. We'll have a link and a QR code for you.